guys. This morning started kind of interesting because there was there was cows. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. There was power people, all up and down the street, and they were stringing new lines. But I was just like waiting for them to turn off the power at any second. I was like, well, there goes the power. But they never turned it off, so I don't know how they managed to string up new lines without turning the power off. But so that was the interesting experience this morning. I don't even know. We didn't have any power problems. We didn't have any outages. We had nothing. So anyway, but I'm just super glad that they did not turn the power off. So I'm getting ready to go feed the dogs, and I don't know what I'll do after that. I'm deciding if I want to paint my nails. I might do that, because I kind of want to paint my nails for Florida, but I don't want, I don't know if it's worth painting them before I go to the barn or not, so that's kind of what I'm wondering. Probably makes more sense to do it when I come back from the horses tonight. But anyway, my ankles are feeling a lot better than they were yesterday. Definitely not anywhere close to normal, like running, but walking around is not painful today, so there's that. That is a positive sign, and I'm just really hoping that by Saturday I'll be able to run. I'm looking forward to Florida, let me tell you, because last week wasn't that bad. We were in the 70s and the 60s, and it was pretty warm. But whatever storm system went through, I guess it was a cold front, because we have dropped into the 50s, and it is freaking cold outside. I don't want to be wearing long sleeves in March. Something about long sleeves and budding trees, just like, it's totally contradictory. So I am looking forward to Florida, 70 and 80 degree weather, swimming, oceans. Ugh, I can't wait. Except for the plane. The closer we get to getting on that plane, the more terrified I get, but that's okay. It's like 2 hours out of the whole Florida trip, so. Although I've been kind of like nerdish, but I've been reading up on, fear of flying, because I prefer not to be terrified the whole time I'm flying there. And, I read that statistically, you're more likely to die by falling out of your bed than you are by a plane crash. Your chances of being in some kind of plane-related incident is like 1 in 60 million, so that made me feel a little bit better. That and the fact that you're more likely to get in a car crash on your way to the airport than you are to crash in the plane. So it is an irrational fear, and I know it is, but I don't know. I guess I flew when I was like 5, and I was fine, but when you're 5 years old, your mind doesn't really comprehend plummeting out of the sky either, so, but it's just some fear I've always had, which is why I prefer to drive 16 hours, but alas, this time I'm taking a plane, so I will make do with what I got. But for today, I have so much more energy than yesterday. I only stayed at the barn an hour yesterday, and that hour was a struggle, because I wanted to be there, but my energy was just like, no. So overall with that, I am feeling much better today, and, yeah, gonna go get the dogs fed, because I think they want their, I guess, lunch. I call it dinner, that's what they know it as, but it's more like lunch. So I'll see you guys in a little while, and I hope you guys have a great day.
A little bit my fear about, I used to be afraid if I would start fire and go sit there and forget it and make cause a fire here.
Yeah.
But I watched it when it was made inside.
Yo, I swear, this year is killing me. So I was taking the dogs out. I always take the dogs out to potty right before I head to the barn, to make sure that they're taken care of. And I'd taken Yachty out. I literally just put him away. And I was walking across the house to go get Panda. And I just hear boom! It came from somewhere in our yard. There's no doubt about that. That was the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my life. And if you remember, I don't even know, a week and a half ago, there was another explosion, except it was not in our yard. It was somewhere else because it wasn't that loud. Like, this was ear-piercing, whole house shook, I jumped 10 feet in the air explosion. And whatever exploded, somebody, our grandpa that lives with us, he said he saw smoke, and wherever that smoke came from, I was standing there 5 minutes prior. So I thought that, like a car backfired, but he said he saw smoke on our front porch, like near our front steps. Obviously, there's no car, I would hope, on our front steps. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it was like a firecracker or something like that. Somebody playing some kind of practical joke. They threw a firework or something at our house, or I don't know. But I didn't see anything there. There's no evidence that there was a firework. Obviously, it crossed my mind, well, what if it was a gunshot? But, we live in a pretty safe area, and I don't think somebody's going to randomly fire a gun at our front door. I don't have any enemies that I know of. So my main concern is just, like, if something exploded in the attic, or something exploded underground. I didn't even, think of that possibility till just now. That could potentially cause a fire, and I can't do anything about it. I don't know. It was a really nice day, a really nice, peaceful day, and that happened. So I'm going to go take Panda out. I'm contemplating whether I want to walk over to the neighbor's yard and ask them if they saw anything or know what that was. I think I might do that. But whatever it was, I'm 99.9% sure it was in our yard. So this year has been something else. So I just got to the barn, and thankfully they all seem to be out of the mud today. Yesterday they all walked to the very back of the pasture and decided to go play in the mud. I didn't join them. It was super windy earlier, but fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx it. It has slowed down. I was beginning to feel like we moved to Ohio, because when I was in college up there, it was just windy every day. So, hi Maxine. How are you doing, girl? So, yeah. Just gonna enjoy some time out here. They're all kind of dispersed everywhere, but in the same relative area. Hi, Mr. Lanny. I haven't done any work with them in a while, so I might do some of that today. What do you think of that? You probably don't think too fondly of that idea, do you? Probably not. But just gonna hang out and enjoy the afternoon. Hey guys, so call me crazy, but one of the things I've been doing out here, especially on nights like tonight where it's just kind of tranquil, I've been taking video clips of the horses grazing or doing whatever. Hey Bundy. And I'm doing that on purpose so that I have them for when I get on the plane. And I can watch those on the plane, so if I start freaking out, then I know that I have those clips to kind of pretend that I'm not 30,000 feet in the air, that I'm out here. So I just actually finished taking a 10-minute clip of just kind of walking around, filming each individual horse grazing and walking and just whatever, and I didn't talk or anything, just kind of filmed. And yeah, so hopefully those will help me on the plane. Kind of ground me and bring me back to a place where I feel, out here I always feel very relaxed. So, I'm hoping that strategy will work. Somebody's having fun over here. What are you doing? You're crazy. I'm crazy. Are you crazy? I think she's falling asleep with my shoulder as her crutch. What are you doing? You're funny. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. I just got back from the barn. I'm going to eat some dinner and get my vest done and just kind of wind down for the night. I am totally and completely enjoying my extra hour of daylight. So, I never found out what exploded, but since that's the second time I've heard an explosion in my neighborhood this month, within 2 weeks, If it happens again, I think next time I'll probably report it to the police because it's getting a little weird. Like, especially the one today, it really shook me up because I mean, it was in our yard. Something was in our yard. So, I mean, I just haven't done anything because I don't really know what they could do. There's no evidence of anything, and you can't just really call the police and say, hey, there was an explosion, but we're all fine and there's nothing there. I mean, I don't know. So if it happens again, which I'm thinking that it won't, I mean, what's the chance that it could happen a third time? I'll call the non-emergency police and kind of go from there, but I really don't expect anything to happen again, to be honest. I think it was just I thought it was a one-off. I think it's a two-off. And we'll probably never know. So I searched our whole front yard and backyard, and I don't see anything. So my best guess, to be honest, is somebody was playing some kind of practical joke and threw a firecracker in our yard, and I just can't find the little thing amidst all the grass and dirt. So anyway, but overall it was a really good day, and one day closer to getting to Florida. So thank you guys so much for coming along on my day today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.